first of all, Ben, absolutely congratulations. I was really touched when you talked about the full circle moment for you and
Yeah.
coming home. Has it really sunk in yet?
It hasn't, honestly. I think each moment it does definitely sink in a little bit. I think it's so surreal right now. I mean, obviously, I know I'm the head coach of this great program, but I think just everything that comes with it and just the road that I've taken and from where I've come from maybe hasn't quite sunk in yet. But it's a fun reality, I can tell you that. And I'm thankful I have it.
Being from here, you're one of our own, right? You're one of
Yeah.
us. Back in the fold, everyone, like you said, has been texting you, coming to you, but now everybody is claiming a little piece of you.
Uh,
And that's what Minnesota is about. And you know that. How has that been for you?
I love it because they are a piece of me. Minneapolis raised me, Minnesota raised me. I hope every fan sees themselves in me because I think that's real, and I think our fan base needs to understand that they are me and I am them. And I think in order for us to get that energy back, to get that barn rocking, to get sellouts again, to become the hottest ticket again, we've got to have that relationship. And I definitely want them to know that I am them and they are me, and everything we do with this program, we're going to do on a scale that they can be proud of, and that they're going to be able to hold their head high, and really want to support our men's basketball program.
Well, I also want to congratulate you too, because it comes with hard work. It comes with, almost 20 years as an assistant,
Right.
6 different schools. People like to say, ooh, overnight sensation, but you are not.
Right.
That valuable experience, especially back east in the Big East, and then coming back here. I mean, you talked about Travis and what he allowed you to do. To come back home, but with that wealth of coaching experience, how does that make you a better person and a better coach?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think definitely having the opportunity to work for Travis at Xavier and the great tradition and program that Xavier has had, and being in the Big East, something different. Obviously knowing the Big Ten, being at Nebraska, at Minnesota, and playing, at Northwestern and at Minnesota, it kind of gave me one lens, but now being in the Big East gave me a second lens to a different style. That's also a recruiting style. That's a player development type style. And that's a playing style. And so I'm able to now bring different pieces from another high-level program that's had a ton of success, that does it a different way, and implement that here. Because I think change is good. I think different can be good as long as it's positive and it's the right kind and the right way. But I'm very thankful that I was able to experience something different, because I can bring in new ideas, and I want new ideas. I want new energy. I want to find ways to be creative, to be different.
And Richard, he was an East Coast guy. You said his style, you said it in the press conference, was a little different. You learned from that too. Now, in this full circle moment, I was really touched when you said you're basically folding yourself after Tom Izzo, the Tom Izzo of Minnesota, right? You want to be the Pied Piper to keep the huge talent. And we've seen the huge talent in this state, especially right now when you look at the collegiate scale, how many amazing Minnesota players there are, and you want to keep them here, and recruiting is your passion. How important is it to you? I know I look at the roster, there's three
Yeah.
Minnesotans on the
Yeah.
roster now.
Yeah.
Tom Izzo only has 5 Michigan. You can't keep
Yeah.
everyone from Minnesota there, but how is that balance for you?
I think that's the key. It's you want to take them all, but you can't. And it's being selective, it's being strategic, and it's getting the guys that love it as much as I love it, and that want to be here, have a passion for it, and guys that fit, honestly. And as much as we want to say everybody fits, everybody's not for every program, and there's a reason why guys go different places, because for whatever reason it wasn't a fit. We just need to make sure that fit doesn't have to do with our energy and our passion and our effort that we put forward to the kids that we want within state. If they choose not to come here, I hope it's for reasons that weren't because we didn't do a good enough job. And if we need to do things different, then I'm open to that. I want to hear feedback. I want to know, what's the secret sauce to making sure we get the kid that, the last couple of years we haven't. And we're going to lean on the community, high school coaches, AAU coaches, family, friends, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, whoever, to understand our brand and to embrace our brand and to really sell our brand. And I think if we do that, I know we're going to do it the right way, we'll end up getting success. And it just takes one. We get that one kid that maybe is on the fence, or that one kid that people don't think should come here to come here. That changes the whole ballgame.
You're talking about selling the brand. You are the brand, right? Former Gopher, De La Salle, you have 2 state champs under your belt too, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you don't even have to try to sell the brand. You are the brand. And that's important too. Let me take you back to your high school days, right? You know what it's like to be from this state, win a state championship. I bet you a lot of the people you have to recruit with bring you back to those days, don't they?
They do. It's funny. I'm getting to the age now at 40 where I'm recruiting the younger brother of a guy I grew up with, or the younger sibling of a guy I grew up with. So it lets you know that time flies. You can't live in the past, but I think it is those relationships that from earlier years are now coming back and hopefully will benefit us. But again, to your point about Tom Izzo, I think it all comes back to just having a passion for this state and this university. And I think people will feel that and they'll recognize it, and hopefully it'll engage them into wanting to become part of that energy.
Now, as a person who knows time flies and I always stay 28, when I was first in this business, I may or may not have covered you as your first couple of years at Northwestern. I was in Chicago, you went to Northwestern,
Yeah.
and I remember a small conversation where you were talking about, and you were with a group of us reporters, your love for Minnesota. So to transfer home and make that decision, it's hard to leave big city Chicago and go home. So how was that for you, and what was the pull to come back home back then?
Yeah. No, it was. Obviously Northwestern is a great institution. I just felt like at that time, I needed a change, and the draw to come back home never left me. Obviously I didn't start here, but the pull to come back and be a part of Gopher basketball, I knew if I didn't at least give myself a chance, I would eventually regret it. And again, it was probably the biggest and greatest decision that I made. That's really impacted my life, obviously, greatly to this day. So I think the itch to be a part of this was always there. And that's what we're kind of trying to conjure back up. We want that itch for every kid to be there, that, if they went away, to maybe be able to revisit and circle back and come back home.
And it's also important, if you can see it, you can be it. So now you're back home, and young Black men are seeing you, a guy from home, a guy that went to De La Salle, a guy that graduated, played with the Gophers. Now you're a head coach in the Big Ten. One of us is not only a head coach in the Big Ten, a Black head coach, which is hard to come by, even though that's shocking in this day and age. How important is that for you to be that leader now? That must mean a lot to you.
It does, and it's something that I take with a tremendous amount of pride. I know the responsibility, and it's one of the things I'm thankful for being a head coach is, I'm able to impact change, hopefully more, and open eyes more, and being able to let kids dream more, and seeing that dream can become a reality. Because again, I'm just like every other kid that's growing up in Minnesota right now, that either wants to get into coaching or just loves basketball or loves Gopher basketball. Hopefully all those kids dream that one day they can be sitting in this chair, because obviously I've proven you can. And so I think my goal is to do it the right way, to carry myself the right way, to win at a high level so that I can impact and help the next guy be afforded the same position that I have been, the same opportunity that I have been, and to really do a good job of passing it forward.
Well, finally, once again, congratulations. But I see all the congratulations coming across the board. And one that really struck me, Lindsay Whalen. You guys played at the same time.
Yeah.
Now you're both head coach Minnesota kids. How cool is that relationship? And to do this kind of as a counterpart with her.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, she was here, like you said, when I played, and she had obviously historic career, not only in college, but in the WNBA. I mean, she really set the bar here. Multiple, I believe, Final Fours, and just the standard of who she is. I love to be a part of that, and I can't wait to connect with her. She was kind enough. She shot me a text. We went back and forth a little bit yesterday, but she's awesome, and I'm gonna lean on her. I mean, she's been here longer than me in this head coaching role, and Hopefully she can give me a couple pointers, but I'm going to be the biggest women's basketball fan that you can find. And I'm going to be pulling for her just like I will every other coach here. I think that's the other thing that's awesome is the coaches that we have at Minnesota are the best. Like I said, it wasn't just Lindsay who reached out to me, but it was coaches from across the board just wanting to share their happiness and excitement with me. And that's special, and that means a lot. So I'm excited to be united with everybody in this building and to be on that common front and to get our program back to where all the others had been, which is a championship level.
Is there anything you want to say to the people at home?
Just, thankful and excited, and can't tell you guys how much I appreciate all the love and support, and I will try to get back to everybody, but it doesn't go unnoticed that, my phone's buzzing, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, text messages. The support and the people have been unbelievable, and that's why I love this state.
Well, congratulations. It's well-deserved, well-earned, and I love the full circle. Welcome home, Coach.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.